once my mother accepted it, and like she seen the drug dealer dude trying to talk to me, she was like, "I don't give a fuck what you do. You still my son." Mm-hmm. So after your parents accept you, was like, anybody else that got something to say, it's like, I don't give a fuck. Mm-hmm. Like I go home where my mother lives, who accepts me. Right. Fuck the streets. Mm-hmm.
So this is Baron.
What's up?
Baron is our high school friend. He was actually Kiara's friend first.
And she stole him.
Oh.
And I stole him from her.
She was a grandma.
Because look, she is introvert, I'm extrovert. And Baron is always in the club. So hey. We start clubbing together.
I thought you were the extrovert.
Really?
No.
Really?
When we was in school, and we used to get out of school at like 6 o'clock. I would get home, call Kira. I'm like, can I talk to Kira? Remember, answer the phone. Kira asleep. We just got home. What are you talking about?
Go to sleep at 8 o'clock.
And it was so funny.
Since I was a kid.
And it was so funny how we first met in person because we was in the black hole. And I was like, she looked just like Kira. And I went over there. I was like, you Kira's sister? She was like, you Baron? And we was like, hey, and give me a tip for her. I ain't seen this girl from a shitty diaper. And ever since then, like, we've been locked in now.
I said, you Baron. Hi, Baron. But yeah, so and then after meeting Baron in the black hole, I ended up coming to Maya Angelou. So we all just started kicking it together.
Yeah.
And
we was what we say? Beyonce, Jay-Z.
So Baron is here to share his truth today. A truth that we all knew before he came out and told us anyway.
Yeah.
And one of my biggest questions for Baron today is like, but don't answer it now. I want you to tell your stories. But my biggest question is like, why would you think we didn't know? And yeah, but we gonna get to that. So, Baron, would you like to introduce yourself furthermore? Tell the people a little.
Can we just say Burn? It is so weird.
And that's the thing. That's
because
the DC thing.
Baron.
We know his name is Baron, but y'all, we are from the hood. We call him Burn, and he do when people ask him what his name is, he say Burn. He does not say Baron. So we're not about to.
Cause that's the DC thing.
Yeah. So let's just say Burn because it sounds weird. Come on.
But I love like when people pronounce my name correctly.
Okay,
like, especially now at like 36, like I love my name because like. When have you seen a black man named Baron?
Right.
Like, I love my name. But...
Okay, so we gonna say right. Baron.
Oh, you can do Baron.
No, we gonna say Baron. Okay, who is Baron?
Baron right now is... I'm a phlebotomist. I've been a phlebotomist for 11 years. And I'm also a model.
Is that it? There's more to you than that. You like to party.
I like to party. I do podcasts. I'm an extrovert. I'm just lit.
You like to be outside every weekend.
I'm single.
Probably every weekday too. So if you wasn't single, you wouldn't be outside like that?
I'm a homebody now. And I'm a lover boy. So, no.
But when you single,
I'm single.
You a thought.
So you outside.
Yeah, so you outside. Like, yeah. Fishing.
Reel 'em in.
That's right. So what does living your truth mean to you though? Because that is like all of this, the conversation, your journey, like what you're gonna be talking about. It's really about like living your truth. So like, what does that mean to you? Living your truth.
Living my truth for me is not hiding who I am. I don't believe in doing that. This is my experience being bisexual. I dealt with a lot of like DO men. And as I got older, I realized that's a mental illness because I have to do like a lot of this. Or I can talk to you after a certain time, or my baby mother around. It's like bruh, just be yourself. Like, people respect you more, and I'm speaking this from experience. They respect you more when your organic, natural self. And I'm too old to be hiding who I am. Like, if I want to walk down the street, which I do, if I want to hold my dude hands when I'm walking down the street, I'm going to do that. I should have to hide, be like, wait, these people watching, move, get over there. I'm not doing that. Because it's like, it's either you like me or you don't. As long as you respect me, that's all that matters. So I really like pride myself on like being who I am. Like, it makes me feel good. And people see my light and like that's what attract them towards me.
Yeah.
So like, I love it here.
So I have a question. In 2024 now, like, would you say that some people don't live their truth because they're like, I know back in the day, people were afraid to like be public with it because maybe, you know, ignorant people would try to jump somebody if they saw them holding hands with another man down the street. Like, do you think that's still a thing now, or
I think it's
so just people afraid to live their real truth?
now in 2024, I think it's more acceptable now because like people are more open minded. But even back then, that was a thing where like if you was like gay or too feminine, people would try to jump you and shit like that. But like how I grew up, like even some people would be like, "You ain't gay." Yes, I am.
And girls love it.
Yeah, like I'm really about that. I'm like, where your brother at? I want your brother. Where he at? But this is how I am and how I carry myself. Like people know, like, don't play with me.
You had to fight a lot.
I just beat people up.
Was it because like defending your sexuality and who you was?
So the thing, I never had to defend my sexuality. Most of the times when I was fighting, because I was with the gang shit, or
what gang you was with?
I used to fight with 640.
Okay.
Or like I was fighting dudes over girls.
Fighting dudes over girls.
For your friends that was girls?
No, I was dating the girls, and they was like, "Oh, you talking to that bitch ass?"
And you fight the dude.
Hey, I'm gonna beat you up.
It was cheating, man. You had her taking it.
So
Yeah, all around.
I had the best of,
board.
and honestly, I'm bisexual, so like I had the best of both worlds.
So I have a question about bisexuality, right? Which do you prefer? Are you just drawn to who you drawn to, or you like a certain thing about men more than you like a certain thing about women? Or do you like women more or men more? Like,
I like men more, but I'm still attracted to like black women. I love melanin. I had experiences like I just had like a recent experience with a white man like last month, but I love black women and I love black men, but I do prefer men more.
Okay.
How was the experience? Was that your first white man?
My second one.
How is that?
It was cool. And it was so interesting because like I was walking down U Street and he did like a double take. We walked past each other and it's always in the eyes.
What can you see in the eyes?
The eyes are the truth
I
to the
think the
soul.
eyes.
Baby.
Let me tell you something.
They're the truth to the soul, baby.
That's
I'm telling you.
how I like to connect with people. Like,
Me
if I
too.
like somebody, I'm gonna look at you.
And people always tell
If
me,
you
I'm
can't
listening.
pick up the look, then we ain't going. If you don't try to holler at me and you not picking up on my look, then we probably just never gonna talk, because I feel like
You have
I'm
something.
telling you I like you by how I'm looking at you. I swear
I love it. I really love like looking in the eyes.
that's when my ex. That's how we knew we liked each other.
And that's like another speaking.
Cause I asked
Only
him
one person
different.
gave me a look like that. But other than that, I don't know how, like,
Cause if you too shy to,
people just.
I'm shy. So if I'm a little too shy to say something, I might
I'm
not
saying
say
if
nothing.
if you like them, you get them the look.
But we was giving each other. I knew that he liked me too, because it was, you could tell. You could just tell.
Between
How
that
somebody
and body
looking at
language,
you.
like it tells everything. It tells everything. So he walked past me, and I was looking back, and he was still looking at me. And I was like, "Come here." And he came to me. I was like, "What's up? What you about to do?" He said, "I have to go to a bar." I said, "All right, I'm going with you." And like we hung out the whole night. We went to like 2 bars. We ended up going back to his house, and it was so interesting because like he had like as you can see, I have a lot of Egyptian on me, and he had like everything Egyptian in his house.
Oh wow.
So that was it made me look at him sideways a little bit because I'm like, he's probably one of those ones that's obsessed with like black men. I did do my thing with him, and whatever the case may be, and like I just went about my business. But it was cool, it was fun. But I like black men though.
Right, because I've always been like, will dating outside your race is like, okay, Mexican people or Indian people, they might understand your struggle a little bit, but I feel like a white person, will they understand like why we respond to certain things the way we do, or why we think the way we think? Is it going to have to be constant teaching and explaining things, or
I feel that exact same way, and I just feel like they will never understand. And then I feel like in the back of their minds, when we make mistakes, they look at us like this is not a person that made a mistake. This is at the end of the day, he or she is black. So it's expected. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they view us like that. Even if they praise us and they love us and they love on us, the minute we make a mistake, I feel like it reverts in their mind. Like, I mean, what should I expect?
Exactly.
They are black. So I feel like I have a tough time. Like, I love my black people though. Black is freaking beautiful.
We lit.
I just feel like can't nothing top that. I don't think. My preference is black.
Mine's too.
But
you're allowed to have a preference.
Yeah, and that's my preference. I just rather keep our race strong and our genetics strong. Together, when we come together, we make power. When we come together with other people, we not making the same type of power. So I believe in that. But I just also feel like I have I will have a constant battle with. In the back of your head, you look at me as you see color,
or your family, or
my family
might be uncomfortable.
Yeah, I bring you around my family, and my family might act like my family because they might turn up a little bit. But white people turn up too. Yeah. But when black people turn up, it's like, they look at us different, and I just feel like that's always in the back of their head. Like they do admire us though.
They do.
They do. Like. Yeah,
we had
admiration for us.
Exactly.
Yeah, and we had white friends in college also, and like infatuated with black people. And he was a white boy. He go to the hood to go find the black boys in the hood. But his parents were racist. Like they didn't want him.
Well, he said his dad was, but his mother wasn't. His dad was like the dad a little bit, but he black man
loved black people.
But I think he had more of an infatuation with black people versus really loving black people. Because he also said I reminded him of Harriet Tubman because I had on my head right.
I know you fucking lying.
He did. No, listen. And he said, are you offended by that? I'm like, no, because you might not know better, right? But then he said, I said that to my other black friend, and she's not even my friend no more. So
he knew he was
dead again. Exactly. So if he loved black people, he wouldn't treat black people like that. I feel like they have some of them, not all, some of them. I guess we refer to those types of Caucasian people as the Karens. They have this thing with them where they say things that they know they being funny, or they know they being rude or disrespectful, and they just trying to get a reaction out of you because your other black friend caught an attitude when you said it. So why would you say it to the next black person?
Exactly.
Right?
Is that something that happens like in like your community where like have you ever felt like somebody like was just trying to talk to you because they were maybe infatuated with black men?
I never really had like a lot of like people that weren't black try to talk to me.
Okay.
I would they would stare at me, which is I don't like. So I'm very outgoing. So I'd be like, what you looking at? But in a joking way. And they'd be like, you're very handsome. I'm like, oh, thank you. And I just open up and have a conversation with them and stuff like that. But mostly like black people trying to talk to me. And I don't go into spaces as far as like where it's a lot of white people. Because the environment is different. So I want to be around my melanin people.
Right, right.
But let's rewind it for a little bit because we jumped all the way to the present. Let's go back to the past where it all started. Let's start at the beginning.
Okay.
So like talk about when you first like realized like I'm attracted to both men and women. Like age wise and
then your first experience.
yeah, and then how
Oh, my first experience was crazy.
Oh, we want to hear it, but like how old were you when you first like realized like or got the feeling like damn I'm attracted to both like men and women?
I think I was between 15 and 16.
So you was a little older.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't one of those ones that was grown. Like, I consider myself a geek. So I wasn't like grown when I was younger. I didn't do a lot of like sexual activities with like people.
I hope you're not talking about a Maya Angelou. Because you talk to a lot of girls up in there.
But I never had sex with no one there, but we can't say names, right?
Please don't say it.
But,
You know who.
yeah, but you know, I had 2 abortions by, but
Oh, so you were okay. So you was just like talking to people. Okay.
yeah. Like even with me and we can't even say nobody's names. Spanish, the younger sister.
Okay, we don't have to say that name. Okay, so you one girlfriend of mine, Angela. One girl that y'all was like serious because y'all had abortion. You got her pregnant.
She wasn't my girlfriend. My only girlfriend was Turner.
Okay. All right, that was your girlfriend.
Yeah.
You was only
And me and her didn't even have sex.
So you was only sexual with the one that you got pregnant with?
Yeah.
Okay. That was in high school. So
And we didn't even have sex
15
until we graduated high school.
So after high school, so you was just having like talk.
Yeah, it was just talking on the phone, falling asleep and stuff like that. I wasn't, back then I was like messing with a grown man, giving me money, coming to pick me up from school and stuff.
I remember. You used to always go to the shoe store and you used to get shoes. All the latest dunks and everything. And I'm like,
Just give me
in
my money.
mind, I didn't, at this time he was not telling nobody.
He was like your goddad or something.
I think he told me like that guy was like his best friend or something. So I'm like, he like goes to the shoe store with me. I'm about to get some shoes. The guy worked there.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking it's like his best friend. I still didn't know. I knew, but I didn't know that he was talking like that was one of his guys. I really thought it was his best friend, but he was getting shoes. We was in high school.
So the guy that used to pick you up, was he out?
No, he's still not out. Like, he considered himself DO. And that's how I couldn't even mess with him. Because, like, can't mess with no DO, man. Like, you study hiding and all that versus how I am. It's like, I walk down the street, you giving me double take. I'm like, what's up, bro? And, like, they be wanting the smoke. They want the smoke. They want the fucking smoke.
You can't give everybody the smoke.
I don't. I know. Now I don't. Back then, I used to.
And that's a thing that.
And that's the base of the conversation we had earlier.
But that's something with me. I feel like gay men are thoughts.
Not all, but not
Like,
all though.
That I don't. The
Well, I'm not gonna say all because it's one that I know, which is our close friend.
Oh yeah,
It's not.
But the rest of y'all get
Is the stereotype true?
Is it true?
Nah, cause like I'm a lover boy. Like
You like relationships?
yeah, like and everybody don't deserve my energy. Like you don't need all this. I'm
Exactly.
experienced.
Exactly.
So
When you was 15, I want to take it back first because when you was 15 or 16 and you first realized that like what in that moment, like what was that moment? Like show us what that moment was. Was you like sitting in the classroom? It was somebody in your class you liked, or you saw somebody on TV, or
there
like,
was somebody in my class, and that was my right hand man. And y'all know who it is.
I don't.
Yes, you do know who it is.
Yeah.
Who was my right hand man?
I know exactly who you talking. Let me
You was
whisper in your
15
ear.
to my Angelo?
No, I was older than all of y'all, but I'm just saying, like, as far as like school wise,
But I'm
when
talking-
y'all met me, Who was my right hand man?
Okay, I will get.
I only hung around one dude.
I know who you talking about.
Okay, but wait. Go back. When you was 15 or 16, you wasn't going there. So
No, I wasn't.
what? You was going to another school. So you
I was
was
going
somebody in your
to-
school or.
Probably.
So your right hand wasn't the first person that you liked. That's not
No,
the
no, 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 no.
Okay, so
It
we
wasn't.
want to know about when you first realized. Like,
Yeah.
damn, I'm attracted to him. Or
Just,
not her.
To him.
I realized it
Yeah.
really settled in when I was in Cadoza.
What age was that?
Like 15, 16.
Okay.
Because I was like older. So Cadoza put me out in the 10th grade for fighting. So when I went to Mount Angelo, that's a charter school. So the credits were different. So I had to like start 10th grade over again and like do 10th, 11th, and 12th. But I realized it in Cadoza and like the football players.
Okay. That's what it was.
I know
So
you.
what you was looking at, like
The ass.
So basically, was
In the
it how it is
uniform.
in
Yes.
the movies where like you know the
You know like the movie.
he likes the teacher, he can't stop getting a hard on. It was like that for you when you
Yeah,
were a football player.
yeah. It was
But
like
was
that.
it weird? Like, why? Hold up. Why? In your head, was you like, why? Why am I interested in this?
No, I just
Oh, it was
accepted
just
And
off the break.
Off the break. Cause at the same time, like I always dated like drug dealers also.
What?
And I'm gonna tell y'all the story. So like I told you earlier. So one day my mother, I was so bad. My mother came pick me up from school, and I'm thinking I'm in trouble. Like the school called her, so I'm nervous after we left the school. I'm like, what did I do now? And we walked up to a stoplight, and back then this one, all the drug dealers had like Crown Vics. He put up to the stoplight, and he was like, "What's up?" And he wasn't talking to my mother, and my mother always called me stink or player. And she looked at me and she was like, I don't give a fuck what you do. You still my son. After that, once your parents accept who you are,
So she
And
knew
that's what-
before.
she been new.
I
She
was
been
gonna ask,
new.
did your parents like instill that in you to where it's like, okay, I know I can.
Yeah, and that's why I'm so confident now. Cause it's like, shit. And I buried my mother when I was 20.
So that's important. having
It's
support.
very important. It's very important. And like, so when she accepted, I was like, shit, I don't give a fuck about no one else.
Exactly.
And then when I was younger, it was like, if you disrespect me or call me a faggy, I'm gonna dog you. But once my mother accepted it and like she seen the drug dealer dude trying to talk to me, she was like, I don't give a fuck what you do, you still my son. So after your parents accept you, it was like, anybody else that got something to say, it's like, I don't give a fuck. Like I go home where my mother lives who accepts me.
Right.
Fuck the streets.
So you didn't even go through that process of feeling like unaccepted.
Yeah, I never went through that. I never
trying to like stop it because there's some gay men who, when they were younger, they didn't want to accept it. Like they
Yeah, they
tried
didn't
to
like
date girls. They didn't like that. That's who they were.
it hurts you because like you're pretending to be someone that you're not. And you like Keith was saying earlier, you have to put on this mask. I'm not good at pretending. I'm not even a good liar. That's why I don't lie.
I'm the same way.
I look stupid. That's like you. If you ask me, hey Baron, did you steal this candy at the store and Skittles is hanging out my pocket? I'm gonna look dumb. I don't look good lying. That's why I don't do it. So it's like I developed this confidence. It's like you accept me for who I am and love me. Or if you don't like me, that's fine. Just stay away from me. Just don't disrespect me, because it's going to go left. And I'm going to send your ass right to the hospital. So, other than that, it's like,
But at one point, you wasn't out and open.
because it wasn't no one's business who I am. And that's another thing. It always was like so-called straight dudes worrying about where I'm sticking my dick at. Why are you worrying about who I'm fucking? It's none of your business, bro. It's none of your business. Why do you care? And they always used to ask females that I was fucking. Oh, and that nigga gay. I heard he was on the low. Why do you care? You want some smoke? You wanna get in the bed with me? What's up? Why do you care who I'm fucking?
Yeah.
And they were so jealous of me. And I'm like, y'all drug dealers. Y'all make way more money than me. Everyone knows Baron always had a job. I was your regular 9 to 5. What y'all want about me?
But they worry because it's like when you live in your truth, it bothers people. Like they want
Exactly.
to call out their skin because they know they should be doing it too.
Exactly, and they be intimidated, and that's how I beat so many of them up.
Oh God, just
You can stop fighting now, okay?
Yes.
Oh, I don't do that no more. I'm 36 years old. I need my hands to do football to me. It's like I can't draw blood with one hand. I need that. Like I don't. And how my life is now, I'm too like outgoing and jovial and like just loving. Like I don't do that anymore.
What
like,
made you start talking to down low guys then?
back then? Because I don't do it now.
Yeah, back then.
The masculinity of them, they still like were masculine. Because I never liked the whole hey bitch, hey girl, and all that. It's like, bro, just because you gay don't mean you have to be a female.
So you're not attracted to feminine guys?
No.
And do you think that, like, because me, I ultimately feel like you said you prefer more masculine men.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like some of the people in the community who are more feminine and are outside of the black race, what are you copying? Like with the hey,
Black
hey,
women.
hey girl,
Black women.
all that.
Black women.
I feel like that's wrong.
It is wrong. Okay, it's a mockery.
Well, okay. I understand what you guys are saying, but you gotta remember, go take it back to elementary school when we had little boys in the class and we knew that they was gonna grow up to be gay men because they had feminine ways already in them. It's not like they was trying to mock, it's just how they were, because I had family members who can see it in kids already, like this one is gonna be gay because he held his hand like this, or he put his leg, like it's just like it's an unconscious thing that kids
Because
do.
it's happening from when they are
Like when they young.
so they can't even comprehend what they like or dislike yet, but we see it already.
Yeah, you already know, because like one of our good friends sent us a photo when he was like 7 and he had like a heart necklace on,
And
and his
pink.
leg was crossed like this, he was like this. So like it's kind of,
I understand that, but I just feel like I've met a white gay man who didn't emulate black women, and then I've met a white gay man who was doing all the heys and girls, and it's like, so what's the difference?
And
I get what you're saying too, Sydney, because it's a few of them on social media who are influencers and stuff, but that's what they give. Like to blow up, it's like they mock black women. They do,
and it's always
because you're not seeing all your white women like fighting all the time, but that's what they doing in their videos to like become famous.
And the difference, like,
So I know exactly what you're
and the
talking
difference
about.
between y'all two, y'all not ghetto. Y'all don't act like that. So even though like they be emulating that, it's always a black ghetto female.
I hate that.
Exactly, and that's not
I hate
cool,
that
and I
for
hate
us.
that.
But see, for them, this is what they're saying on TV because our representation in the media is that.
Yeah.
Even though a lot of us are not, we don't carry ourselves like that. Come
No.
on, love and hip hop, all of that stuff.
Exactly,
That stuff is scripted.
Exactly.
And
Snatching wigs off every second.
like acting like animals. It's all script, and they are getting paid to do those things. But us as a collective, we have to understand that the representation that they see of us is that.
Yeah.
So this is how they think that black people act. Even their representation of black men is black rappers. So they automatically thinking that all black men are thugs, drug dealers, whatever, using drugs now, because that's what most music is now. They're just taking drugs and
using drugs or treating women bad.
Yes.
that's the representation of black men. And that is what the media is feeding the world. So we can't be upset at their misunderstanding or miseducation of us, because that's what it's propaganda.
It's definitely propaganda.
That's what they-
So that is, and that's why you see those people acting like that and they blowing up on social media and they emulating the representation of a black woman.
Because they are.
But they don't really know what black women really act like because they don't even they probably live in small towns with all white people.
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota, Kansas.
Yeah.
Ohio.
Country is on nowhere.
Like,
But going back to you, Baron.
what happened to Burn?
Right.
Burn. Baron. Like, is it easier for you and more comfortable in 2024? Because you do have a lot of support. The LGBT community is huge and people are afraid of them. They like real gangsters.
Yeah,
like,
that's why I said,
people don't play on them they don't play about them and they ride for their people. That's one thing. People. So, do you feel more comfortable in today's world than you did like maybe when we were in high school?
I don't feel more comfortable because like they doing what they doing. No.
But I'm saying like it's more acceptable because you do have a
community of people.
It to me,
I'm not part of that community.
Okay, I know.
No, but
you're not saying that.
it's like they made it. It's like a normalcy thing.
Yeah.
now.
So I watched Pose. I don't know if y'all watch Pose, but Pose shed
so good.
so much light on the stuff that gay men had to go through back then that I did not know.
Well, transgender men.
Transgenders, and it gave me a different respect for them because they were treated horribly.
They were treated.
Even by the gay community, they was treated bad.
Yeah.
Even by the gay community. So I do have a respect for transgenders. I'm not saying I understand everything about all of the movement, but I do have respect for them just from watching that show. Like, it just opened my eyes to how cruel people can be when people are not like you. Like, just because they're not like you.
Yeah.
And I was just gonna say back then, people were trans, like they weren't trans at 12, 13.
And
It was, you know, more so like as an adult.
As an adult, yeah.
So I'm just saying, like, just because they do have this community that rides so hard, like, and it's making it more acceptable for people. Because I remember when I was younger, I had a few cousins that were, they were lesbians, but it was like it wasn't as big as it is today. And I remember seeing two girls kiss, and I was looking like, they was outside at like a park, two women that I don't know. And I was like, oh my God, two girls kiss. Like, it was new to me. When I was like 9 or 10, like my cousins were kind of like the first people I knew that were lesbians. So it was new for me and there wasn't a whole lot of people doing it. And even when they came out, it was still like new, like, oh my God, they like girls. They don't like it wasn't acceptable.
And their parents wasn't accepting.
Their parents wasn't accepting of it. So they really wasn't. It wasn't loud like it is now. So I'm just speaking from how I experienced back then to now. Like, I would think that you would be more comfortable now, just because like it's
on
out
TV.
there, and gay men are winning. Like, they putting y'all in front of screens, y'all getting good jobs and stuff. So like, y'all more acceptable. Y'all able to like, cause even back then they wouldn't even give them jobs back then, like certain
Or you
jobs.
got kicked out the army if you were openly gay.
Yeah.
See, so
I think I'm more confident now. This is based off my experience. It don't have nothing to do with the community, because it's like, people love me because like I'm not your average gay man. But I would say bisexual because like I'm not what they say a gold star. Like, I had sex with women before, but how I carry myself, I still have my masculinity. I don't have to be like, oh hey bitch, or you see me walking with a purse or all that other stuff. Cause like I don't call females bitches. I find it disrespectful. But I feel more comfortable because like people accept me for who I am. Cause it's like, oh yeah, he probably fuck with dudes, but like he's still a man at the end of the day. I'm not like no tinky wicky ass dude. So based off the fact that people respect me because I'm still a man, so that's what I do in the bedroom. That's what makes me more comfortable. On top of my mother accepting who I am.
Right.
So for me, it has nothing to do with the community.
So did you ever have to deal with like anybody else in your family, like at Thanksgiving or Christmas, bringing it up, or was it
Nope.
always just was it like I'm not like how I think at the beginning you said y'all knew before he said anything. So was it just something like that where everybody was just like, okay, or did
I think it was more so like that. Cause it was more so like, oh, Baron, that's your friend? I'm like, yeah, that's my baby right there. It wasn't like, oh, I had to hide and.
So you really never had to come out.
Exactly.
But
No,
the
but
thing is,
back then, it wasn't like, yeah, from the outside.
I think people was more curious and just wanted to know. But it wasn't about me hiding it, because like I said, I didn't parade around who I was dealing with. It's none of y'all business who I'm sleeping with. I never had to like pretend, oh, I'm gonna get a girlfriend to cover this shit up.
Right,
no, I didn't have to do that.
Okay, so but listen to it from the outside looking in. So from my perspective, right? Back then in school, you would say things like, I'm meeting my god brother, when you was probably meeting like somebody that you was dealing with, versus now you might be like, I'm meeting my boyfriend.
Yeah.
So it was a difference from back then to now, right? You wouldn't openly say to us that you was meeting your boyfriend. You would say like God, brother, or cousin, or whoever. You just wouldn't say boyfriend.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Was you uncomfortable back then saying boyfriend?
I just didn't want people in my business.
So when did you reach a point in your life where you like, look, I don't care if people in my business or not?
When I turned 25.
And you just like, fuck it. It is what it is.
It is what it is. And like, when I seen like people like, okay, they really respect me.
Yeah, it's more freeing, right? Like your whole self in front of everybody.
Yeah.
You don't have to say, I'm me and my god brother, when you in fact me and your boy.
And I think people.
Oh, your sugar daddy.
One of them. Because I had a couple of them. But I think it's more respectable for me and easier because like I'm not feminine. Versus like if you was like a feminine dude, like if you was a feminine dude growing up, you would get picked on. Cause they'd be like, oh, you faggy ass, all this other shit. I didn't have to go through that. Cause I said, well, like, I was a man.
But all right, what about the dynamic? Because you have a lot of male friends too in school. Like, when we was in school, like, did they know? Did they have an idea? You had close friends that were straight men. And like, did they know?
From high school, no. Because I changed my life. I said,
or y'all just didn't talk about it?
I would give you one person, after this is over, that I figure he knew, especially being so he was always locked up. But I would tell that story off air.
You figured that he knew, but y'all never discussed, y'all never talked about it.
He knew, and he had an interest in me also. But he used to say a lot of like little slick little slurs, but especially the ones that always was in jail, they know what's up. I never forget, because I've been locked up a lot. I was in DC jail, I was up Ivy City, I was in Montgomery County, and I was in Fairfax. I was locked up a lot.
Fairfax.
Commonwealth don't play.
Yeah, I'm about to say you got in trouble.
In trouble. I was bad. I did everything besides someone.
Why was you so bad though? Like, what was going on?
It was the people I was hanging around. Cause like when I tell my story to people, they were like, "Oh, you don't look like you did that." Like I used to steal cars. I was in a gang. I was always fighting. But besides that, my last time getting locked up, I was in Fairfax County, and my cellie, he was an older dude. Like we was having a heart to heart. He looked at me dead in my face. He said, "This is not you." He said, "I never want to see you in here again." And that was my last time getting locked up. And like I just did like a whole 360. I changed my circle. And like ever since then, like life been good. But it was good that I changed my life. Like it was really good. Especially like what I was doing and always fighting, stuff like that. I'm like, I'm too laid back for this. And I wasn't like a scaredy cat.
So like, the pros and cons, because you seem to just like have it all, like
It seemed like it seemed like it was never
A hard journey.
a hard journey for you, and being bisexual. It just seemed like one day you woke up, you was attracted to men, you was cool with it. Cause I'm saying I know some guys, even my cousin who is like Miss Girl. Some days he wake up and he be like, God is gonna punish me for this. I think I need to go convert back to being straight. Like he still have a struggle.
I think religion
an internal struggle.
I think religion
with.
has an influence on that. I think religion has an influence on
But
that.
he not this big Christian. It's just some days that he feel like, what am I doing? And then my other friend, when he was young and he first realized like, he was playing football too, and he just realized that he liked playing center.
You want to hit center B.
Yeah, he just realized he liked being the one playing center. But literally, he said when he noticed it, when he recognized it, and he was young, he
Nigga looking
probably,
so good in their uniforms too.
but he was like 10 or 11. And he said he went home and he looked in the mirror and he cried so bad, and he was like punching the mirror and stuff because he was so upset with himself. Like, why? So it just felt. So your story is no battle like that.
No.
It's like you just always accepted yourself for who you was. You never had any issues. You never had like any obstacles with your sexuality or none of that stuff.
You had friends,
Like people have always been accepting of you, I guess. Maybe because you're so accepting of yourself. Like, is that how it's been, or has it been?
It wasn't like that in my 20s. I'm not gonna say I hid it, but I didn't talk about it. So it was a situation where like people always kind of like question it. Cause even people were like, oh, Baron got bitches. I'm like, y'all don't even know. I'm trying to fuck one of your brothers. I'm like,
But see, that's what I'm saying, Bern. So I'm trying to get deep. I'm trying to get deep into you. I'm trying to get you to tap into a part of yourself that you probably never even knew was there.
I just always felt like it wasn't no one's business.
But why? Why now? Why is it? Because it's still none of our business.
So why are you?
So why are you telling us now?
Because like versus back then versus now, I wouldn't walk down the street holding my boyfriend hand.
But why? That's what we
Because I
trying to
didn't
get.
want anyone to say nothing to me because it's like I know I don't want to go back to jail.
So you didn't want to be judged because
You didn't want to go to jail, or did you fear being judged?
I didn't figure it because I knew Baron because I was always fighting. If you said something to me disrespectful, I'm going to put my hands on you.
Okay, even if it's not disrespectful and somebody just like saying something about your sexuality, you gonna take that as like you gonna be defensive about it. You gonna take that as them being disrespectful, them asking you, or is that what you're saying? Like if somebody asks you,
I would have no problem with no one asking me, but like for what I
or
have
they
seen,
saying like saying a gay slur or something.
yeah, yeah.
But I don't know if that's like everyday that will happen every time. You gonna run into some ignorant people, but I don't think that will happen to you every time you walking down the street holding somebody's hand. So you had a little fear about it in the beginning.
In the beginning, definitely.
Which is okay
Definitely.
because you're going against the norm of society, especially back then. Like it was not like the norm like it is now. Like now everybody see a kid, like everybody, it's out in our
normal.
face.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
on the Disney shows, even the new Disney movies, they gonna add in those characters that depict how life is now. So
They
which is-
added
I
in where it don't even need to be.
Where it wasn't
I'm about to say, and I don't agree with that.
because do y'all know the Disney movie? Which one is this? Beauty and the Beast. When the closet came out, and the closet was throwing the clothes at the soldiers.
It threw one of the soldiers' dress.
Back then, it didn't. Yeah, because back then the closet threw the dresses and all the soldiers ran. But the new Beauty and the Beast, one of the soldiers liked the dress. He said, "Thank you." And pranced off. I said, "That is new."
And on the Proud Family, they done changed one of the little boys on the Proud Family because they grew up and he just grew up into a girl.
The best friend, right?
Yeah.
Not sticky.
Yeah.
No, they didn't.
No, I don't think it
The
was
black one?
Not the one with the big clothes.
The DJ light?
No,
That's
not
sticky.
him. No, not him. Not him. It was the other one. He was kind of like a geeky one. And I mean, which it's kind of
Why?
like that. sometimes.
Why a geeky one got? Yeah.
But yeah, they
I don't agree with that. That's not cool.
The kids who weren't thinking about it are now thinking about it because they seeing
They
it
see it.
constantly.
Like, it's
So
an
they like,
influence.
should
It's
I-
it's
am
an
I-
influence.
should I
That's
do
why I don't
this?
like it, and I don't respect it, and I don't support it. It's not cool. Like, let them be kids.
All right. So what's your advice though to somebody who? Cause you seem to like come out like good, like navigate through this whole thing. Cause we do know people that didn't have a smooth transition that you did. Like, what's your advice for the people, the young guys that's coming after you that, you know, they attracted to men, maybe women too, but like, what's your advice for them to live their truth? Cause I know people like up until even 2 years ago, people that did not come out. And they did some of the same things you saying you did, like it's nobody's business. They did that. And then when they finally came out, then it was, oh, my boyfriend, they was saying it. It wasn't, oh, it's nobody's business. They was saying like, oh, I'm with my boyfriend.
It was everybody's business.
They was telling their family like, yeah, I got a boyfriend. After they told everybody when they came out,
more comfortable.
they became more comfortable saying they wasn't trying to justify. It ain't nobody's business,
Yeah.
no, because you're not telling people for a reason. Because
Yeah.
if I walk down the street and somebody trying to holler at me, and it's a girl, I'm daggone sure gonna say, I like boys. I'm not gonna say it's nobody's business who I like. I'm gonna let you know who I like so you can know how to move around me. Mm-hmm. So what is your advice to them? Like,
My advice is just be yourself. And just be you. Love yourself. The most important thing is like actually loving yourself. It's nothing.
you gotta love who you are first. You gotta
Yes, you have to
it
accept.
yourself.
You have to accept it. Because if you don't accept it, you're gonna be in this space where you're trying to like impress everyone around you.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, when you lay your head on that pillow, you're not happy. Always accept yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. Accept yourself. And the ones that love you are gonna be there. They're gonna love you. They're not gonna go nowhere. The ones that don't, that leave, fuck them. And it's not. And don't be scared to wear pink.
It's only with pain.
Real men wear pink.
Exactly.
Real men with pain. I just want to say that, like, I'm super, super, super proud of you. Like, I've been with you for a lot of years, like a lot. I watched the things that you had to go through. I know you've been through a lot. And I know it wasn't easy. Like, I know you had a smooth transition, but I know like I know it hasn't been easy. But I see how strong you are and you making it feel easy. Because there's things that I've been through in my life. And when I told somebody, when I went to school and I told somebody who from the suburbs and stuff, like all the stuff that I've been through and the way that I explained what I've been through, like it wasn't anything, like nothing, because I'm from the hood, I seen things. So to me, it's nothing. Like, okay, we all go through it. But to this person, his jaw dropped. And he was a gay guy. Shout out to
Parents did not
him.
accept him at all.
Parents didn't accept him. He was in New York doing his thing by himself. And I was telling him all the things that I went through. He could not believe that I said it the way I said it, like as if it was just another walk in the park and that I was still standing. So I just salute you for being able to share your story the way that you did, like, and show people that you can come out on top and you can walk through the storm gracefully. Because I feel like that's what you did. Like, you walked through your storm gracefully. Because I know it's not easy being a bisexual man. I know it's not. It's not even easy for us being black women. And like being even beautiful black women, because we get stereotyped too.
Yeah.
We all do for something.
Yeah.
You too short, you too tall, you too big, you too small. We all get stereotyped for something. So for you to walk through your storm gracefully, I tip my hat off to you.
Thank you.
With class. And I appreciate you for being here. I know that you and Keith both like touched, y'all gonna touch some all of us, y'all, we gonna touch people's lives that we not even gonna ever meet. Like, that's the most important thing. Like, it's people out there that we never gonna meet, y'all. We gonna touch their lives, and that's the most important thing. That's why we are here today, like, to uplift, because somebody is gonna hear your story and they gonna live their truth.
It's important. And like, I think it's all about, like, when I meet people, like, I'm a hugger. So it's like, when you give out love, you get the same thing back.
Yeah.
And it feels so amazing.
Yeah.
Like, it feels so amazing. And like, I really pride myself on like, just being a good person. Like, at the end of the day, can't no one say Baroness not a good person.
Yeah.
Like, people love me.
And it sounds like you did the work to be a good person. Like,
I definitely did.
It wasn't. I'm not saying that the fighting made you a bad.
Yeah, the fight through.
Yeah.
But that's what it's all about. Spread love, spread positive energy.
Yes.
You're going to get the same thing back. So
Yes.
I think that's what it's all about.
It definitely is.
And it feels good. Like, there's nothing wrong with being vulnerable.
It's nothing wrong with being vulnerable, which brings me to, I know you.
Girl, what you want to know? Like,
I
what's
just
up?
want you to go deeper, and if we're not gonna make it on this episode though, because we running out of time. But I want to know the struggles.
So we gonna have to bring you back and ask
Oh, I'll be
harder
back.
questions.
I'll be back.
Yeah, I want to know the struggles because I feel like everybody, like Kiera said, even us as black women, black men, everybody has some type of fear of being judged, not accepted, and it's not settling with me that your whole situation was just peaches and cream. I don't believe it.
My only struggles was with dating, because I always attract DL men.
Yeah.
That was my struggle, because like they wasn't emotionally.
Well, you know they say we a mirror, we attract somewhat of
Exactly.
what we are.
And-
Not saying that you was DL, but maybe some part of you.
They live out masculinity.
Some part of you that you didn't.
I feel like it's a part of you, and this is my therapist self. This is me tapping into my inner psychologist. I feel like you have a guard up that you're not letting it down. You being honest about everything, but you're not being as open
About what?
about what's.
I really, Baron didn't really have no real struggle like that. How like your average gay or bisexual man had to go through.
Burn. It's just as a person, you had a struggle.
But it had nothing to do with my sexuality.
I just can't believe that.
Why?
I just
Everyone
can't.
don't have to like go through a struggle like that.
You don't, but when we was in school, like, I'm not gonna say it. It wasn't nobody's business thing. It's more to that. It's more to that.
Why
Brian.
you think that?
Listen, it's not what I think. It's what I know. It's definitely more to that, because it's impossible for one day you to just say my business is nobody's business, and the next day you just loud and proud my business is everybody's business without a reason behind that. Why wasn't it nobody else's business back then?
Because I didn't want no one to know.
But this is what I mean by going deeper. You didn't want people to know, but it's a reason you didn't want people to know.
You didn't want
Maybe
people to
you don't even know.
Them in your business.
But it's another reason, and this is why I'm saying I'm tapping into my inner psychologist. It's a reason that maybe you are not aware of. It's a reason why you didn't want people to know. And maybe you unaware of that reason, but it is a reason. I might not never know the reason, but I want you to tap into yourself and really bring that out of yourself. I want you to bring it out of your, cause for real, evolution comes from awareness. You gotta be aware of everything that you bury deep inside of yourself. You gotta bring that out of yourself first. You gotta bring it out of yourself to truly evolve. You can't really give advice to a gay man struggling because you had no struggles. A gay man watching you who having struggles, he can't listen to you and say, "Oh, I'm gonna live my truth," because you didn't give him a reason to.
He needs to because he's never going to be happy.
But
if he continues to have who he is.
listen. But you was always happy with who you are.
And that's my story.
That's exactly. But what I'm telling you is, he have to hear that story from somebody who is hurt like he hurt. He have to hear that for him to say, I can live my truth because this person went through similarities of what I'm going through. He can't relate with you because he going through struggles that you didn't experience.
And maybe I'm not the one that he could take that advice from because like I said, like my mother told me at 16.
But at 16, you wasn't loud and proud with it, so it was.
I know, but I still, like she gave me that confidence. Okay, that's fine, that's cool. But at me being young and like in high school, and I didn't want people to judge me or say anything. I kept.
You didn't want people to judge you. That's what I'm saying.
That was the reason. I didn't want people in my business. I didn't want to be judged.
Okay, so I don't want people in my business is just a cover up. That's what I'm saying. We gotta let that part go. That's a cover up for the real reason. I didn't want to be judged. Why didn't you want to be judged? Sometimes when we don't want to be judged, we judging ourselves. You can only feel like somebody gonna judge you for something that you already judging yourself for. So deep down inside, if you felt like somebody was gonna judge you for something that you like, you felt like it was something different about it or something wrong with it. This is what I'm saying. I want to go deeper.
And with the judgment thing, like, yeah, she is correct because me being in a relationship and being cheated on, I was ashamed of that. So that's why I didn't want anybody else to judge me because I'm already judging myself. Like, I'm ashamed. Like, dang, like. So you get what I'm saying?
I understand it.
Nothing is
a fear thing because you already feeling some type of way about it yourself.
Exactly.
So you already thinking that these people are going to judge me because I already feel it myself. I'm already feeling ashamed of what happened to me. So I know that I'm looking at this person. It's like a mirror. I'm seeing my insecurity and myself in these people. So I'm like, I don't want them to judge me about it.
Because emotions are always projected. So whenever it crosses your mind that you are going to be judged for something, you're judging yourself first.
But it wasn't like I was like scared or I promise you. It was more so I did not want people in my business, and I didn't want people like talking about who the fuck I was dealing with at that time. It wasn't nothing like, oh, I was hiding or I'm scared or nothing like that. Because back then, how my mentality was, if you disrespect me or if you stepped up or call me a faggy, my defense mechanism, I'm gonna put my hands on you and beat you up.
And that word is triggering for you.
Very triggering.
And that's. Yeah, that word.
But why is it triggering?
Because I think it's disrespectful.
But have somebody called you that as a child before?
No.
Like,
and I didn't like the movies that I seen on TV were like dudes that were being picked on and they called them faggots and like picked on them. And
I don't like the word either.
I didn't like that. But I didn't live through that. I did not have to go through that.
You just didn't want nobody to call you that because you seen that as a kid on TV.
And I knew what I was going to do.
They ain't going to call me that because I know that I like men and I know that word is going to trigger me and have me, okay.
I knew what I was going to do. He got a question though.
Do you think you didn't want people in your business? Because to me, listening, it sounded like you was protecting the men you probably was dating or the men you probably liked.
Exactly. Remember, I told you I dated back then. There was mostly DL. It ain't had nothing to do with me. I just attracted DL dudes. So their whole thing was.
And you say drug dealer, so you got yourself killed. That's what I was saying right here.
So it was protection.
Yeah, for myself. It wasn't like I was scared of who I knew who I was. But I knew the type of men I attracted. I always attracted those type of men.
Yeah, because it's like if you admit it, then like here said, they knew who was going. Yeah. They knew who was picking you up after school. So it's like, now I'm putting two and two together, and then you're four. And Barry is talking to the drug dealer, so that means that they must be doing something.
Exactly. And if anything about being insecure or being fearful, it was them. It wasn't me.
Yeah.
It was me protecting myself and them at the same time also.
So Because that is a thing, though. A lot of gay men that's open, they do protect the DLs.
Mm-hmm.
They will not tell you who they are, their names, and because we sure used to try to pull it out. I'm like, they not telling.
He ain't saying a word.
Ain't
I
telling.
think that like when you're first coming out in the community, you're experimenting things like that. You might find think about. I feel like sometimes young girls go through it as well. Like you might find yourself talking to an older guy, knowing that you shouldn't be. It's just because you're in puberty and you're exploring it.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
So my advice would be to like gay men
Do
coming out.
not date DL men.
Exactly. Don't date
Do not date DL men.
what you are like. Just you want to be an open gay man. Everybody should be open. No, it shouldn't be all that is nobody's business, because that's how people get hurt. When people don't know what's going on. Because just like it wasn't nobody's business, you have friends that are guys, and I know if once they found out that you were, they probably was hurt in the moment. Like, dang, he betrayed me. He didn't tell me. Like, was he looking at me? And I know that's a thing.
Not only that, you was dealing with females as well, and that's a trigger for a female too, to be sleeping with a guy, and then one day she wake up and just realize that he was sleeping with men too.
I never dealt with both at the same time.
Okay. But for the men who do that,
I don't think that's cool.
Yeah, it's like a trigger.
Because I feel like you should give them an option to even mess with you, or to just leave. I don't agree with that. I never did that.
And it's easy. I think
That's how I say I don't consider myself a part of a community, because I'm different. I'm very different.
Yeah, and I think it's easy to like, I don't know, just automatically assume, like you said, regardless, if I find out like I'm dating you, and then now that you're more open about it, oh, he's bisexual. It's easy to just think or assume that maybe he was or talking to a guy while he was talking to me.
Yeah.
You don't have to be the extreme, but
And that's why I say I don't lie, because I'm like a damn child. I'm gonna give you the option to either stay here or leave.
Yes,
if you want to leave, bye. I will replace you. Deuces, go live your life. I'm gonna live mine.
Yeah. So that's important. Like, it shouldn't be it's nobody's business.
Just like
out here being intimate with people, they should know like your preference, and they should like a woman should know that I like men and women. Men should know that you like women too, because some people are not cool with that. Like I have family members who lesbians, their girlfriends better not say they like men too, or they've been dealing with women. They don't like them.
When a woman is with a woman, she just want women energy.
Exactly.
The women that just want women energy, but when that other woman goes sleep with a man, then you bring it back man energy.
Right.
Like they don't want that. So I think it's important for everybody to be in the know about your sexual preference when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah.
Especially with black women, and it irritates me. I never went through this. I never had a problem with it. I don't like when black women be like, you gotta have a male gay best friend that's feminine, like, hey bitch and all that, but they turn around and say, oh, if my son be gay,
oh yeah,
oh, that's not my son no more, or I'm gonna disown him. I don't fucking agree with that, and I don't fucking like it. So what the fuck is the difference? Because he's your son?
It just depends on the person, because say I'm a female, I have a gay best friend. I know his struggles, what he go through, how hard his life is. That might be somebody saying, I don't want that for my son. Even though you should love your kids for who they are, but some people don't want their kids to have to live that hard life. That is a hard, and people still say it to this day, like, I don't want my son to live that hard life. That is a hard life to.
But it's not hard for everyone, because Burn didn't have to go through that.
It might not be hard for you.
It might not be hard for you, Burn, but I don't know no other gay person that did not have a hard life.
I don't.
I'm gonna love my kids for who they are. If I could choose my kids' preferences, I would want my kids to be heterosexual, because I want to be a grandparent to. I want my kids to have kids with the opposite sex. I'm a little traditional with the opposite sex. with the opposite sex. I would prefer my son to have a baby with a girl, have sex, the girl get pregnant, and we do a baby shower. I would prefer it that way. Would I not accept him if he did it the other way? I wouldn't disown my child if he decides to do it the other way. But in my eyes, I would want to see him get a girl pregnant. Oh, son, you done had sex, got a girl pregnant. That's just me, and I don't want to be bashed because that's what I would want to see in my child. And for my daughter, I would want to see her get with a man and he knock her up, and I could be like, girl, you done did the nasty, like, oh my God. Like, I'm looking for that dramatic experience like that. But if it go a different way, then I'm not going to disown my kids. But I'm not going to say I don't understand the parents who want their kids to grow up and have a heterosexual life. I'm not going to say I don't understand their reasoning behind it. Like, I'm not going to say that. Right. And I love gay people, and I have gay friends, and I'm surrounded by gay people. I'm not going to disown my kids, like I said. But when I look at my daughter, that's just one day I want to tease her about that. Oh, you did the nasty girl. Like my family did me when they found out I was pregnant. Like, what the hell? Like, I want that experience, and it might feel like a different experience if she grow up and be attracted to the same sex, but that will be something that I will have to adjust to when that time comes. But I'm not gonna sit here and say I don't understand the parents that
the most important
say stuff like that.
For parents is, what's more important? What you want for your child.
Oh, what your child want. Exactly. And we all have things that we want for our kids, but if our kids go a different route, then we gotta learn, we gotta adjust as well. And and what I'm saying is just the same thing that this guy who I'm cool with said about his son. Like, I want my son to play football and baseball because I got my reason. Exactly. I'm not gonna hate him because he a doctor, but I want him to play football and basketball. That's just you. Certain things you just be wanting to see your kids do, and they make their own decisions and their own choices as they grow up. I would never disown my child or anybody else's child for what you like. You like what you like, but that's just something that I know I would have to adjust to it and come to terms with it.
Just be yourself, love yourself. Just live for you, and you can't live for no one else. And just do what you love who you love, because love is love, and you can't help who you love, and that's life.
And okay, so I would end this by saying that I encourage everyone to do everything that Baron stated. I'm proud of you as well. I'm so happy that you get to live freely out here, because I know it's like a turtle in a shell when you're not being who you are.
Turtle.
Yeah, I'm a person for standing up for who you are, because it's only you that can live your life, no matter what nobody else want for you, their vision of you, what they see for you. Only you can live your life. So you have to live, and you have to march in the boots that you was given, that God gave to you, and put God first with everything. And since I kind of challenged Bern to bring out some deepness, I encourage everybody to embrace your struggles, embrace your obstacles.
Don't feel ashamed about that.
Don't be ashamed about it. Share it, speak it out, cry some tears. Because one thing that I can say, if nothing else made me who I am today, it's them struggles that made me who I am today. I am able to be an empath. I am able to resonate with other people. I'm able to uplift other people. I'm able to share my story. I'm able to, for real, I'm just able to be positive because of the things that I've been through. And one of these episodes, hey, I'm gonna be up here talking about everything that I've been through, and I've been through a lot. And I know I'm gonna cry when I talk about it. I've been through, my struggles are deep. They run deep, they cut deep. I'm telling y'all, I had moments of suicide thoughts. I I can get into some things. So I always encourage people, tell your full truth, because it helps you evolve. It's the evolution of your person,
Exactly.
and it makes for revolution. It just helped the world. It fixed the world. There's so many other people out there going through the same things that you went through before.
And you don't know
those people are then those people are watching, those people are listening, and it might be their turning point. Look, I can't relate to nobody. I'm just so different. I'm struggling. While I'm struggling, I'm gonna hang myself today. And then they hear your story and they see what you've been through. They see that you overcame it, and they put the rope away. I can do this. It's important to share your struggle. It's important to be honest about all of those emotions that you feel, all of the darkness. It is beauty in darkness. We don't. Nobody on earth is born with all light. We all have darkness. We all face darkness, and it is the darkness that take us to the light.
Yes.
Share it. Let us shine. And with that being said, do everything with love, with class, and with peace, pretty girls.